Hey, it's WaneedaWrestling, y'all. How's it going, guys? OMG, it has been a long time. Hope you guys are all doing well. Man, there's been quite a bit of things that have happened over the last couple of months. I think the last time I was on here, I did a John Cena fig review. I have to tell you guys some of the cool, amazing things that happened to me during All Out weekend. And guess what, you guys? I got to meet John Cena, guys. Yes, I did. I am not kidding. I am so serious. So before we get, dive into, story time with WaneedaWrestling, I just wanted to, welcome you all back, all of my amazing subscribers. To my new subscribers, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. I would greatly appreciate it. You guys are all awesome. I heart you all guys so much. So yeah, like first I have to get into All Out weekend. Let me just tell you guys, it was a complete whirlwind, okay? It was supposed to start out for me arriving on Friday, the night of Rampage. But I got the amazing opportunity to actually go to Dynamite. Okay, and not only just go to Dynamite, I actually got to be front row, you guys. Okay, front row for Dynamite. I'm not sure if you guys have seen last week's Dynamite, but yeah, apparently I was on there a couple of times. And I absolutely have to give a special thanks to both Steve and John, my two angels, for making that a possibility for me. You guys are the absolute best. I heart you guys forever. Thank you so much. So I have to tell you guys, Dynamite for me last week, was pretty freaking awesome. I had the time of my life. It was, jam-packed and getting us hyped up and getting us ready for All Out. And I think at this point, now All Out since passing, and all of the, the drama, everything that happened. I'm just, going to touch a little bit on that. But I want to try to touch on the actual matches themselves, that happened at All Out, and which of the ones I personally liked. But before I get into that, I also did want to go ahead and say a hello to Alana and Ella, who totally made my day. I actually got to see them before All Out, and they absolutely just made my day. They are two lovely sweethearts who, at their very young age are just diehard fans. So I just want to send a quick hello to you both. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for making my day on a Sunday. It was so great to see you guys. A part of the whole, aside from the wrestling thing, you guys, I have to tell you, like, the wrestling community is just absolutely amazing. Like, for me, guys, obviously, besides the wrestling, I love connecting with people. I love seeing folks that I interact with and stuff like that on social media, and getting to actually see them at the wrestling shows, in the events and stuff like that. It's pretty cool because there are some that, you talk on a regular basis talking about wrestling, but you don't actually get to see them. So when you finally get to see them at the shows, it's pretty cool. It's good stuff. So yeah, there were so many friends and stuff like that I got to connect and hang out with while I was there. So I mean, that in itself, it's awesome. It's like this big reunion almost, that's what it feels like to me. But anywho, diving into the pay-per-view itself, I myself, I enjoyed it. I loved it. I, you know, my only problem really is, the way, it ended. But before I get into that, I have to talk about my favorite tag team. Okay, the tag team who I felt should have been tag team champions that night, and that is the Acclaimed. Oh my God, you guys. Could you not feel the energy, even with you guys not being there? It was absolutely electric. That, oh my gosh, look, guys, I'm getting goosebumps right now just thinking about that match. It was absolutely incredible. It was literally, it was their night. It was their night. I think that was them coming out into the world, like literally like stepping out into the wrestling world and letting the whole world know, hey, we are the Acclaimed, we are here, and guess what, everybody loves us. Okay, and it was proven that night. It was proven. I mean, the way, you guys, this shift happened between, Swerve and Lee, like going from being faces to like them transitioning, like just organically like switching into gears of being heels like that, and like people just all being over for the Acclaim. Oh man, like I can't remember when's the last time I experienced something like that. It was absolutely organic and it was incredible. I absolutely loved that. That is going to be such a memorable moment for me, something that I will remember for a really, really long time, But I have to be honest with you guys, as amazing as they were, as much as I really, really wanted them to win that night, especially with their performance and what they were doing out there last night. There was just something inside of me. There was just something inside of me telling me they're like, no, I think they're going to save it for a Grand Slam. And sure enough, in the media scrum, with all, all the stuff going on, but Tony Khan even, made the suggestion there about, the potential about them having a rematch at Grand Slam. And what better place to have that rematch than in New York? Max is from there, and Bowens is from New Jersey. Having family and friends there to hopefully take the titles, and on such a big, huge stage, they deserve that. And so when it, with regards to that, like I said, I was disappointed, but like I said, for me, deep down, I just had that feeling that perhaps that it was going to, continue, or, us get a, final resolution at Grand Slam. And now that is confirmed. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely going to be there, because of course I have to be there when the Acclaim finally become tag team champions, you guys. Anyone that knows me knows I am a diehard fan of the Acclaimed. So this is going to be super special, and I just hope that they finally get their moment, because they're ready, guys. And I think everyone can agree. And guys, everyone loves the Acclaim. Okay. So now shifting gears real quick to another match that I was super excited about, I absolutely loved, was the Trios Championship. That match was beautiful, guys. I absolutely loved it. Of course, it's got the Elite in it. Kenny, the Bucks. Those are my guys. Those are the main reasons I now follow wrestling outside of WWE. Those guys are just absolutely amazing, and they are a big, huge reason, okay, all of this exists now, okay? They're a huge part of the existence of AEW. Without them, we would not have AEW, okay? So for me, being there and seeing them finally, win titles as a trio. Oh my gosh, guys, I can't tell you how freaking happy and excited I was. I mean, it was like finally, and I could not think of another tag team, or excuse me, trios team who deserved it more. Okay, when I think of trio, they are the first team that comes to my mind. Okay, they are the first ones. Now, don't get me wrong, we have plenty of other teams, okay, that are phenomenal. They are great, but for me, I could not see anyone else becoming the first time trios champion other than the Elite. Okay, so when that happened, I completely just went bananas. I was so freaking happy that they had won the titles. Now, fast forward, the end of the night and stuff like that. Here's this, huge falling out that unfortunately we still don't necessarily have all of the information of what transpired and what happened per se, but as a result of that, the Elite had been stripped of their trios titles, guys. Okay, they're no longer the trios champions. And so here's my thing. Okay, let's say they don't erase that. Okay, let's say it's still in the books that they are the first ever trios champion. Okay, but you guys, what kind of nonsense is that? Like, what kind of title reign is that? It's just absolutely absurd. And I honestly don't think that was fair. I don't think that was right. Now, was it probably the best business decision to make? Perhaps. But good gosh, you guys, like, why did that have to happen? Okay, why did they have to steal that moment? Like, for a little while there, like a couple of days ago, I was like literally saying, I'm like, okay, so does this mean All Out didn't count? Like, did it not happen? And I'm over here like, and people telling me, well, duh, obviously it happened. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But like, man, that incredible match, that celebration, that, all that, happiness and like excitement and like, all that stuff that I was feeling. I'm like, okay, so did that not count? Was that not real? Like, man, it just really made me feel some type of way, guys. It just really did. And now fast forwarding to the main event and everything like that with CM Punk and Moxley. I mean, so with regards to that, here we are, these two guys, both have their way with authority and things like that. The match itself was good. I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't have necessarily had seen, Punk to win that. But he did. He beat him, but at least to me, I'm not going to say it didn't matter, but to me, what, superseded that to me is the unveiling of the Joker. And spoiler alert, okay, if you guys, for whatever reason, have not seen it, you don't know who the Joker is, you're not caught up, now's your time to like cut the video, come back later, okay, because I'm getting ready to tell you who the Joker is, okay? So, yeah, so, the Joker comes out, and by no surprise, because for me, I knew it was him whenever, he won and he came down the ramp, the way he was walking, his posture and things like that. I was like, yeah, that's MJF. Like, that's MJF. So I was just like, man, I cannot even begin to describe to you guys how loud, okay, everyone was in that building when it was revealed that it was MJF. I freaking popped, okay? I was like so freaking happy because I was like legitimately thinking, I'm like, oh my gosh, is this dude like really done? You know what I mean? And I'm like, please don't let that be the case. So when he, came out, he revealed himself, I was just like, Oh my God. Like, I was so freaking happy. What a freaking moment for MJF, you guys. I mean, the whole world was talking about MJF, okay? The whole world. This guy, okay, he's it, okay? He's it. He's literally the whole package. He has got it going on. He is literally a pillar, okay, to say the very least. So, you know, his great comeback and everything like that, him now having, you know, his own little chip or whatever to be able to cash in whenever he wants, you know, so he can get a title shot. I think that's absolutely amazing. I think it's great. And to me, the sooner we can get the belt on him and have him try to be one of the guys that, you know, marches us on forward, you know, with the company, I'm all for it. Because I think if anyone has the capability to do that, it's MJF. So, you know, but that's the thing. So he had his moment, you know, and it was overshadowed. It was overshadowed by CM Punk, you know, by his choice words that he had that had nothing to do with the show. Nothing. Had nothing to do with the match that he had with Mox. Nothing to do with, you know, the pay-per-view itself. No. He took it upon himself to go ahead and get off his chest whatever he needed to. And I just found that so not cool, you guys. So not cool. Okay? Yes, he won the championship. He beat Mox, you know, clean, square, all of that. And then we get the huge reveal of MJF, which potentially could hopefully try to set up a match between Punk and MJF, a rematch. And all of that is, I guess now potentially now just out the window. It's gone. Excuse me. It just has me feel some type of way, guys. It just, and I have to tell you, and you know what? I apologize in advance to you CM Punk fans out there, because I'm not gonna lie, like, I liked him. You know, I thought he was awesome. You know, I was one of those Punk fans from back in the day. I'm not gonna say I was hardcore, but I did like him, you know. But hearing him that night, he just sounded so bitter, guys. So bitter. And I'm like, dude, why are you here? Why are you here? Oh, excuse me, guys. Oh, I need to get some water. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Like, clearly I'm in my feelings. I'm feeling some type of way. But yeah, like, you know, I don't want to get into it without getting like too emotional, too in it. You know, I'm all about being positive, guys. I am that type of person that tries to see the positive in any situation. You know, I'm one, if you know who I am, like I said, I try to be happy all the time. I try my very best, and I try to help people out wherever I can. If they're down, I try to, you know, put a smile on their face. I do whatever I can, you know, because I'm that type of person. But I gotta tell you guys, hearing CM Punk, you know, bash and just complain and just whine and just, I'm like, bro, why are you here? Why are you here? Okay? Are you here for the paycheck? Is that why you're here? Because you certainly don't sound like you're passionate about the business. It doesn't. And you had just become you know, champ again, and you took it upon yourself to go on this huge rant, which ultimately ended up causing some altercation between the Elite, him, and his guy Steel, and now causing him to be stripped away from the title as well. So again, a great match that, you know, Mox had with CM Punk. Is it erased from existence? Didn't happen? Didn't count? Like, all because of that chip that he had on his shoulder or whatever it is that he had going on. I'm like, really? You're just gonna spoil it for everyone else, bro? Come on. You know, people like that, you guys, I those aren't my favorite kind of people. I'm just gonna say that, okay? Those are not my favorite kind of people, you know, that just want to just spread negativity like that. That's not my cup of tea, guys. It's not. But, you know, I digress. So, whew, thank you guys for letting me get that out. I just had to let it out because clearly it was weighing on me. But besides that, guys, I have to tell you guys the pay-per-view overall, I enjoyed it. It was great. I don't know about you guys though, but to me it seemed like, at least to me, since the inception of AEW, like, to me, for some reason, this card, you know, didn't seem like that it was really planned out. You know, in past pay-per-views, there has, you know, been a story build up, you know, there's been some type of storytelling, you know, or, you know, we'd have already like our matches set, prior to the actual event, you know, of, you know, who's, you know, wrestling who, what's the main event, and so on, and things like that. And to me, at least, it seemed like it was kind of like a last minute thing. At least that's what it seemed like to me. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? But I mean, to me, that's what it seemed like. It was kind of like, you know, kind of put together like last minute, you know. But again, that's just me. Maybe I was just being too picky, or just paying too much, you know, attention to, or, you know, trying to create things. I don't know. But that's what it seemed like to me. But, you know, and I will have to say that, you know, talking about one of my other favorite guys with Wardlow, you guys. I mean, I thought it was great that he had, you know, that trios, you know, match and stuff like that with FTR. You know, they're going by FT War, which I thought that was awesome. But, you know, like, with him being the, you know, the TNT champion, I would think that that he'd have some type of storyline on his own with someone, you know what I mean? So that way he can get his singles match and, you know, defend his title. But, you know, again, I like the fact that, you know, he's with FTR. I think they're awesome. I think that they're great together. But I still want to see Wardlow one-on-one. Like, I want to see him, you know, have a story with someone, and, you know, individually, and to defend his title. So I'm hoping that, you know, for the next pay-per-view for Full Gear, we get that. I mean, like I said, I really do enjoy him teaming up with FTR, and, you know, potentially maybe he could, you know, pop up at a, you know, Ring of Honor show or pay-per-view, which probably not. But I'm just saying, you know, if they want to keep them as like a trio, or, you know, something like that, that maybe that's something that way, you know, they could do in Ring of Honor, so that way he's able to have his, you know, singles matches and stuff like that, you know, with AEW. So I don't know. But, you know, we'll see how that goes. But I really did enjoy their match. I thought it was great. I like how, you know, they incorporated, you know, Dax's daughter at the end and stuff like that. And then, you know, broke the pencil and like beat up what's his face and stuff like that. I thought that was cute. So that was cool. That was a cute match. I enjoyed it. Now some of the, you know, I don't know about you guys, but with the women's match, guys, like, can we not put the title on Hater? Like, come on. But I will say, Toni Storm, love her. I am so glad, she's getting a chance. She's getting, her opportunity and stuff like that. It's unfortunately it had to come, with Thunder Rosa being injured and stuff like that. But I'm very excited to see, what she can do with the interim title. In the meantime, I'm very hopeful for her. I think she's great. She has a fantastic presence. She's a great wrestler. So, it'll be interesting to see, where that goes. Now, still speaking on the women, I really, oh my, guys, I don't know about you, but Jade, she's, man, she's a rock star. Okay, can we like take a moment and appreciate her like freaking like gear, her outfit, her appearance? I mean, she just looked so freaking amazing. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was low-key thinking that she was going to lose to Athena. Like, I was thinking that perhaps, this would be the time that, they finally take the title off of her, and that way she could go ahead and pursue, the AEW Women's Championship. You know what I mean? I definitely think that she would do well as AEW Women's Champion. She's come a long way, you guys. Like, from day one to now, guys, you can't deny it. She's a freaking rock star. She really is. So, I was, like I said, I was shocked, because I was honestly thinking that was going to be the night that, she dropped the title, but it didn't happen. I guess they're still not ready to take the title off for her. And that just had me thinking, and I'm like, so who's going to be the one that finally takes down Jade? Me personally, the only person I can honestly think that could be the one to do it is Chris Statlander, who unfortunately right now is out on injury. But, of everyone in the locker room right now, I think if anyone's going to go ahead and give Jade her first loss, I think it's going to be her. And I think once, she gets back, I'm hoping that is, where they're going to try to put her, because I really do think that, Jade is on her way, like I said, to becoming AEW, Women's Champion one day. So we'll see how that goes. So let me see what other match stuck out to me that I enjoyed. Let me see. Because like I said, no, they were all great. They were all great. But as far as like I said, the ones that stuck out to me and everything like that. Oh, you guys, Malachi. Man, can I just say though, their presentation is incredible, you guys. It is absolutely incredible. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna lie. I absolutely love it. So, when they had their match and everything like that, yeah, they lost to Sting, Darby, Miro, and stuff like that. But I mean, put on a great match. They did phenomenal. And now, at this point, it's out there now that he's, left AEW, for personal reasons and things like that. So, it's going to be interesting what, if anything, they do, with his stable, if they have plans to continue it as it is, trying to see if they can get someone else to be a part of it. I don't know. But, I really do hope that, he gets the assistance that he needs and that everything's going to be okay with him. So, but my thing is now, what's next? And can we just take a minute to, to appreciate and just talk about Miro and just acknowledge how wonderful and great he is. And, can we please put a belt on him? Okay. Can we get him in the title picture? He is awesome. Absolutely freaking awesome, guys. But, I'm sure, they're taking their time. They, they got something in motion and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna ruffle any feathers with regards to that. But man, I want to see more of Miro. But that's just me, because I like Miro. So, but yeah, but oh, there was a lot of matches, but I'll just touch on this one other one, and that was the match of Lionheart, Chris Jericho, and then Danielson. As far as wrestling match and stuff like that, I enjoyed it. I really did, and it was just so great to see them two go at it. It was a great match, and the thing is that, again, people seem to forget the time and the age of Chris Jericho. Man, he's a freaking living goat. And if you don't agree with me, well, you're wrong. No, I'm just kidding. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But no, like, he really is, you guys. I mean, at least to me, in my opinion, he's a living goat. He's really one of the best out there, and best in my generation for sure. He's just, man, he's great. So with regards to that, that was just a good wrestling match, and I just enjoyed it. I loved it. So with that being said, though, fast forwarding a little bit, now to Grand Slam, and the fact that now we have to crown a brand new AEW champion. I do have to say, guys, this is just me, but I think if I had to pick someone to become AEW champion, I want it to be Bryan Danielson, guys. Okay? For me, like, I would like Bryan Danielson. So, it's going to be pretty interesting these next couple of weeks and stuff like that. These eliminator matches and stuff like that, to see how it, goes along. But potentially me, depending on how the bracket is, because I don't remember real clearly right now, but if it's possible, as far as for the finals at Grand Slam, ideally, it would be great if I could see it be Mox versus Danielson. I would really enjoy that match. And again, with Danielson getting the win. But it's gonna be an interesting next couple of days, next week or so, to try to go ahead and determine who's going to be in the finals. But to me, I think that's who we're going to see. So who do you guys think it's going to be at the finals? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts, or let me know if you think it's going to be someone completely different than, who I chose, or are we going to get a surprise? Is MJF going to go ahead and cash in that day and like become the AEW champion? I don't know. It could happen. It's possible. But like I said, drop a comment. Let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. But yeah, that's that pretty much wraps up my AEW All Out, story time / rant / report / my thoughts. But yeah, no, the pay-per-view, like I said, for me, guys, I'm never disappointed. I love it. The energy that AEW has. I mean, the fans, we're just, I think we're awesome. I think we rock, and I really think that we really contribute so much to it. It's just amazing to be a part of all of that. It's incredible. So yeah. Oh, and I do now have to tell you guys, because, oh my God, saving the best for last. And I know I'm kind of crossing things here, but technically I'm not, because John Cena is not technically with WWE right now, kind of, but okay. But anyways, okay, so I have to tell you guys, so I had no idea, first and foremost, okay, I had one of my awesome friends, Berto, aka the wrestling hair guy. He actually hit me up while I was in Chicago, and he sent me this info about there being a meet and greet for John Cena, and it was here in Tampa. And so here's the thing, guys, because when I was out there in, Chicago and stuff like that, I didn't see his message right away. So that right there, I was like, ugh, not even knowing, right? So I had seen his message, I read it, and I was like, holy crap, like I'm like, look, I'm gonna try to stay calm because I don't want to be like whatever. So it said on there that they were going to have a session for a meet and greet experience with John Cena at Total Wine to unveil, I guess, his new, alcohol product or something like that. But they were, I mean, extremely limited to only 100 people. So it was literally first come, first serve. Okay. So when I freaking like saw that, I was like, holy crap. So I went ahead and like did the email, tried to register and sent it off and stuff like that. But mind you, this was like probably like a half an hour, just under half an hour when they had sent the invitation or the thing on, on the socials and stuff like that. So in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm not. So I went ahead and did it. I got no kind of response, nothing. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I ended up like, emailing support and saying like, just playing like, oh my gosh, did I fill this out right? Or like, did you guys get my email? Like what's going on? And all this jazz. And, I ended up getting the confirmation from the support saying that I was, included in there and stuff like that, that they could go ahead and like squeeze me in and stuff like that, because again, they only had it limited to 100 people, you guys. So I was like, holy moly. Okay. And I'm thinking, I'm like, yo, there's got to be something up with this because like this can't be real because, the thing said on there that, it was a meet and greet with John Cena and that it was on this date and that it was going to be at this venue and stuff like that. And the only caveat was that you couldn't bring any items for him to autograph or anything like that, that he was going to have his like bottles there available for purchase and that would be autographed if we wanted to. Okay, so fast forward and stuff like that, and I'm on my way to go to the event, and I was thinking, I'm like, man, should I not bring a fig with me? And I was just like, man. And I was just like, yo, oh my gosh. But you guys, like, I can't even tell you guys how much I was stressing out because I was like, oh my gosh, should I go like full on Mark, fan to go meet him? Or am I going to play it cool, calm, and collected, just, be cash? But I'm like, yo, like, guys, it's John Cena. It's John Cena. I'm like, I literally have been waiting like 20 years to meet this man. Like, what am I going to, and I'm like, literally like having these conversations with myself to be like, oh my god, what am I gonna do, how am I gonna act, like, and I'm like, am I gonna freak out, am I gonna be like whatever and stuff like that? And guys, like, next thing I know, like, I'm there and I'm probably like the 13th or 14th person in line. So, I mean, I got there early, because they had a specific time that they were going to do the meet and greet. It was only going to be between a window of time and stuff like that. So there was no, ifs, ands, or words about it, and it was 21 and up, obviously because it's a liquor store and stuff like that. So there was no exceptions with regards to allowing children in there or anything like that. And they were strict about the 100 people. I think the day before they had sent out a blast saying that they would go ahead and extend it to an additional 25 guests, but that was it. So ultimately there was a total of 125. And so I have to tell you guys, the experience was incredible. It was seriously a dream come true. Because like I told you guys, the last time I was on here with you guys, I did the fig review of John Cena, his 20 years. And even at that time, like a couple of months ago, I was just like, man, I really want to meet him. Like, oh my gosh, he's like literally like, he's one of my top guys. Like, he's literally one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. And fast forward just under 3 months, you guys, and it happened. It freaking happened. Like, oh my gosh, guys, I'm getting goosebumps. Like, I cannot tell you guys, I can't even describe it. It was absolutely amazing. It was one of the best days of my life, guys, to finally get to meet him. And the thing was, it truly was an experience. It was not rushed by any means. I mean, you literally got to sit there right next to him and actually have a conversation with him. I mean, it was so pleasant, and it was so wonderful, guys. It was nothing like I was expecting at all. And for me, it was just incredible just to have those few minutes with him, just to let him know like how much he means to me, and man, how wonderful and amazing of a person I think he is. I mean, because he truly is. And you know what, guys? The icing on the cake for me, the most like best thing to me, because you know what, and I will say there was some people that did bring figs and stuff like that for him to sign, and being the amazing person that he is, he actually did sign them, you know, so I was a little bummed about that. But to me personally, I got something to me even better than that. So if you guys haven't seen my Instagram yet, go ahead and check it out, and you guys can see it for yourself. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and upload that experience that I got with John Cena as well, so you guys can check it out. Okay. So, oh, and I do want to show you guys. So I did go ahead and buy his bottle, which he autographed. So I now have my own autographed old fashioned, just like me. I'm old school. That's, you know, how I am. So this is super appropriate. So yeah, I'm gonna have to buy one that you know, isn't autographed, so I can at least try it. I'm not much of a drinker and stuff like that, but anything that's John Cena, I'm gonna support it, or at least, you know, give it a try. But again, now I have yay! I mean, I have a couple of things, not a couple, probably two. I have two items that are autographed by him, but like, you know, I didn't physically see him autograph it and stuff like that or anything like that. And so, you know, like with this, he was there, like I saw him, and I got to meet him, you guys. I'm still gonna be like on cloud nine for a good while, you guys, because honestly, I am still trying to process the fact that I met him, that I met John Cena. Guys, all I'm going to tell you guys is that dreams do come true, and it is legit, okay, about never giving up, okay? If you have a dream, you go for it, you guys. But you know what? Okay, that's it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thanks for bearing with me with the little mini crossover there between promotions for me to go ahead and just tell you guys about my my latest adventures and stuff like that. I hope you guys all take care. Have a wonderful, amazing day, night, you know, wherever it is that you are right now watching. Thank you guys so much for your support. I sincerely appreciate it with all my heart. You guys are the absolute best, okay? And you guys are one of the main reasons I'm here, because you guys love wrestling just as much as I do, okay? So you guys take care. I will talk to you guys soon. And remember, guys, wrestling is life. Bye.